This is Charter Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance, and we are joined today by Lynda Johnson. She is a member of the school board at the ABC Unified School District, which is where? Where is the school district?
Yes, the school district is located in southeast Los Angeles County. We do cover 6 cities in the area, mainly the entire city of Artesia, the entire city of Cerritos, and the entire city of Hawaiian Gardens. We also cover portions of Lakewood, as well as Norwalk, a very small portion of Norwalk, and a small portion of Long Beach as well.
And you are a graduate of ABC. I know that because our makeup artist and you went to the same high school.
We did. I was a freshman at the time, and she was a senior, yes.
And so we know that these 6 communities are wonderfully diverse, wonderfully on the move. And at the same time, even though there are 6 communities, in the past, the elected school board members tended to come from really just one community, and that is Cerritos. And you are from Cerritos as an example. And so that caused some concerns for some folks that out of all 6 communities, Cerritos had how many of the members?
There are 7 board members.
And all 7 were from Cerritos?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened?
Yes. Well, let me say first, thank you, Brad, for inviting me and for taking an interest in our school district as well. We're a very small area, like I said, of Los Angeles County, but you know, an important area as well. So thank you. I do want to say that, first of all, yes, currently the board members are all from Cerritos.
Why is that, you think?
I think that, okay, let me say that in the past, though, we have had representatives from the city of Lakewood. The last one served from 2005 to 2007.
Okay.
And we've also had other ethnic groups such as Hispanics that served, and the last time she served was in 2001.
Right.
I want to say that the underrepresented group that is what the reason for the lawsuit was, is not because of their lack of interest in the school district. I think that maybe that they're functioning as well and supporting the schools as well in other areas, in other capacities. There may be members of the PTA, School Sites Council.
Of course.
So maybe school board is just not an option for them.
Or of interest.
Of interest,
right.
Maybe, and it just so happens the majority of the interest do come from the residents of Cerritos.
But in the end, the district decided to enter into a settlement.
Correct.
And that settlement created a scenario whereby ABC school trustees will no longer be elected at large, but will be elected by district. And there will be 7 districts, and the first set of elections are happening this November. 4 of the seats will be up, 3 in 2017. We're in the midst of that right now. How is that going?
Well, it's certainly going to be a different board that comes on after the November 3rd election. Automatically, we will lose 2 because of the redistricting. Either through, because of head-to-head competition, correct. And for those that just feel that, you know, they've served well and they're retiring out.
So of the 4 seats, it's interesting, 2 of the seats have no incumbents running. So automatically, you know, you're going to have 2 new faces.
That's correct. And we're excited because that's for the cities of Artesia and Hawaiian Gardens.
And in large part because none of the current members live within District 1 and District 7. Just by definition, it was going to happen that way.
Yes.
With the other 2 seats, there are incumbents running.
Yes.
And they may or may not be successful, who knows?
Yes.
But they are running.
They are, yes. Yes, for the city of Artesia, 2 folks are running.
Non-incumbents.
Non-incumbents, brand new. Although, however, involved in the community, maybe in different capacities.
Nice.
And in Area 7 as well. 2 brand new folks also involved with the community.
Now, I know that one of the driving forces behind this, and you had mentioned this, were certain Latino groups.
Yes.
Are we seeing more folks of Latino descent running this cycle?
Not as much as I had hoped.
Interesting.
Yes, because I had hoped that with the new trustee area methodology, it would have brought out more folks in the, especially for the Hawaiian Gardens community.
And so of the 2 that are running Hawaiian Gardens, are either of Latino descent?
Yes, they both are.
Okay, so, but it's only 2.
Yeah, it's only 2.
I understand.
I really thought it would be more. Yeah, I would have liked to see more.
So is the community at peace, I guess, with this? in the final analysis? Because look, ABC is not the only place that's going through these machinations.
No, it's not.
The city of Anaheim, for example, has now district voting. I think Whittier has district voting. I mean, it's happening all over the place.
It is. Yeah, I think initially moving from at large to by trustee. Actually, Brad, I was the only dissenting vote opposing the changing of the trustee, changing our election methodology.
So you would hope to stay at large?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
I did only because first of all, the facts were the demographers were hired to see if our voting was polarized, and there was no evidence of polarized voting. Yes.
And one could argue, and I've heard this, that if you are elected at large, you represent the entire district.
That's true.
But if you're elected in District 7, arguably you only care about District 7. Arguably.
Correct.
Right.
We are a 7-member board that is supposed to represent the entire area.
Sure.
But as we move forward, I think now the community has embraced the trustee areas. Certainly there was opportunities for them to voice their concerns back in March of 2014.
Who drew the map?
Actually, that was a collaboration of all 7 board members.
Oh, I see.
Along with the assistance of a demographer. We did hire
Of course.
Because there are certain criteria that need to be made.
Of course.
Met.
Right.
As far as honoring communities of interest.
Of course.
Maybe boundaries.
And I presume the parties of interest signed off, the litigants. Did they actually file the lawsuit? They were threatening to file a lawsuit.
They actually filed the lawsuit, and we did not go to trial, and instead opted to settle.
Right, and so they're on board as well.
They are. They approved it. Everybody approved it. The community, like I said, the community came out at 3 different community town hall meetings, voiced their concerns, and it was encouraging to see that not much of opposition to moving to trustee areas, but more of input of how they'd like to see the lines drawn.
And so what would you tell another school board member, for example, in another district that may be going through this process? Because my gut tells me, Lynda, that this is going to be a model for the future. I mean,
it is. Yeah.
The courts have been pretty clear that they prefer district lines as opposed to at large. What advice would you give?
Well, seeing firsthand now, because of the upcoming election in November, I'm seeing that candidates are actually able to go and meet with folks in their community.
Yeah, one could argue, right.
Yes, it's a smaller area. It's 1/7 of the district. We're 100,000 people population, and so 1/7 is approximately about 15,000.
You can have a coffee, with those that are interested.
You can. So
you can knock on doors.
You can. It's a smaller budget.
Right,
let's face it. Campaigns are not cheap. It's a smaller campaign budget. It's very personable in terms of voter contact. The candidate, or even if you're elected, the school board member, will have a lot more connection.
Sure. I mean, by definition, and especially given that the way the map was drawn, you are, it appears, at least trying to keep cities together.
That's what the whole thing was.
And so Hawaiian Gardens, I think, has
actually, that was part of the settlement.
That Hawaiian Gardens would be encapsulated. Now, Cerritos, though, looks like it's in a couple of districts. Is that right?
Yeah, it's interesting because our district is unique. City of Artesia is right smack in the middle of Cerritos. It's kind of like a donut.
Oh, I see.
So
it
was
by
impossible.
definition, right?
Yeah, it was impossible to keep Cerritos intact.
Right.
However, we tried as much to keep within boundary lines, existing precincts.
Sure.
So we were able to at least capture all of Artesia in one community, and or I should say trustee area, and with Cerritos divided multiple times.
Her name is Lynda Johnson. She is a trustee with the ABC Unified School District in Southeast Los Angeles County. My name is Brad Pomerance. This is Charter Local Edition.